Hi class, we're going to learn a lot about Vincent van Gogh. Vincent van Gogh was a Dutch artist who was very influenced by the Impressionists. We're going to use this particular painting and his painting of the yellow chair as an inspiration for our project. This is a scene from his bedroom in Arles, which is in the south of France, which was painted in 1888. You can see the chairs in his room. Very simple room with a bed, paintings hanging on the wall, some of his paintings, a wash bowl and a dressing table there, probably a towel by the side. He's used this theme of chairs before, especially also in this painting. You can see a close-up of his yellow chair with the floor underneath and the detail, which he has the hinges of the doors and also the flooring. He has a pipe and it looks like a candle resting on the chair. But we're going to use this as a source of inspiration for our 3D picture for today. For this project, we're going to take two pieces of paper. We're going to take a piece of white 8.5 by 11 computer paper and some other color paper. It just so happens that I have a purple color paper here. You can use black, but you need to have another color paper so that this will make the frame for the card. We're going to make a 3D pop-up room inspired by the yellow chair from Vincent van Gogh. First thing we need to do is we're going to cut this. We're going to make our frame for the back, fold it in half, take your paper, fold it in half. We're going to measure 6 inches. Measure 6 inches and make a straight cut. This will be the frame and our background here. We have to make this one smaller. So we're going to make this one 5 inches. Now we want to fit the white paper inside the purple paper, but we want the purple paper to have a frame. So this comes out too far. So I think what I'm just going to do is cut a tiny bit off. When I say a tiny bit, I would say probably about a 1/2 inch would be just right. So I'll cut off a 1/2 inch. So as you can see, this white piece of paper is going to be where I'm going to do my artwork. This purple paper is going to serve as a frame, so we're going to glue this together. And when it's finished, it'll look like this so that you can open it up and you'll have a chair that will pop out of the middle. So how to do this? Take your piece of paper, and what I want you to do is make a small square using the fold of the paper in one side of the square. And then all you're going to do is cut the sides of the square and keep the top end without being cut. Open it up and back fold it. Back fold it along the fold line and the front line so that when you fold it this way, you can see it pops up to become a chair. Now, for the purposes of this demonstration, I used a Sharpie, but you can see here that it bleeds through the white paper. I can probably easily color over that, but if you were using a light color, don't use black Sharpie because you know, you might have trouble coloring over it. Then what I want you to do, take this and you can use this as inspiration to make a type of chair. Okay. Now you can quickly see how it starts to look like a chair, a 3D chair. Now, this is where you're going to start to create your own artwork. You obviously need some type of flooring here. You could do this as wood planks. You could do this as brick. You could make this a carpet. You can see underneath here there's a hole. It would be a good idea to take some of your scrap piece of paper and you could probably insert it right in to glue on top so that it's continuous with your pattern so you don't see that there's a hole underneath. It will make it look much more realistic. In the back here, you can put pictures, windows, you could put 2 chairs here, you could put even a small table. There's any number of ways that you can do this. So this is what your assignment is. You at least need to have a background paper and project paper. You need to have cut out a square that you can fold, make a chair, and then I want you to color it in as if it's a room. So you must at least have 1 chair. You can put 2 chairs. If you make this cut larger, it can be a sofa. If you make 2 cuts, it could be a table and chair. You could even make it large enough to make it be a bed. You do not have to create a room that looks like Vincent van Gogh, but you can use it as inspiration. So you need wall covering, floor covering, pictures, some type of decoration. Make as interesting room as possible. Okay, after you've figured out how to do your chair, I've added a little table here, a vase, some flooring, a rug, pictures, window, which I'll show you in greater detail as I outline it with Sharpie. I also wanted to make it look like my floor is continuous when I color it underneath the furniture and the side table. So let me show you how to do that. I just take a piece of paper that I've cut off when I cut my white paper, and I just measure, I would say, it just looks like I need about 1/2 inch to fix that, lay this flat, and just put 2 pieces of paper, I just tape them, although I could probably also use a glue stick, over where the holes are. I can't use a big piece of paper unless I carefully fold it, but I want to make sure that when I open it, I will still have the pieces to be able to fold out to get the 3D effect. Now I'm going to take my Sharpie marker and I'm going to outline what I did in pencil. If you don't have a black Sharpie, you can always use a regular pencil, press hard, or a colored pencil. This project you can do in marker, crayon, colored pencil. You just want a lot of detail and a variety of colors, I think, to help bring the room together. Once you've outlined it, you can color it in. I've tried to make it look like a room with a chair and table, a window, and sort of did a little fun takeoff spoof on one of Vincent's paintings, his most famous Starry Night. Okay, so I'm going to color that in, glue it onto my background, and the project will be finished.